Thank you for clicking on this video, and here I am with another tutorial. This is a 2006 Ferrari. What do I going to do right here? I'm going to repair the headliner, and it is Ferrari. It is a 2006. It's like 13 years old, but still costing a lot of money. Most of this kind of customer, they are so picky, and they are right, because they have a lot of money on this car. So what do we have to do? We have to spend time taking care of these little toys, protecting the paint, make sure try to avoid any scratch, and check the interior, everything, the area where you are going to work. Check it in case if you notice something that is not right. The right thing to do is let the customer know. Let the customer know. You know, I always say this. I always, most of the time, I repeat. Because I think there are some new subscribers or people who watch my video, and that's what I say, almost the same thing. Take care the paint. If you are follow me on every video, you know I always repeat that thing. That's what I repeated. So I'm going to repair this headliner. The right thing to do right here is to buy a new headliner, but sometimes the customer have a really expensive car, and I don't get this part. They don't want to spend money trying to repair, trying to do the right thing. But I'm going to repair. That's my job. And right here, guys, if you never done something like this before, a lot of people get confused. They think when they see this problem, they think it is the frame. They think it is the hydraulic system, but it's not. It is the headliner. And you will see why when I say it is the headliner. The car is locking on the bottom. When it's all the way closed, the car, it doesn't close the, you will see it right now. Check everything. You see, like I am checking. I check everything, every little thing. You see the top has those markings there. That's part of the problem. But the customer don't want to repair don't want to replace this top. To replace this kind of tab, it is not hard. It is easier. Just pay attention how the old one is on, and so when I press the button, you know, you see me pressing the button, the tab will close completely, but right here it doesn't close. See, it lock in there. It doesn't, the other part, it doesn't go down. It doesn't close the back part. So what is wrong with this thing? You see the headliner is there like weird. You see that part is like weird on there. So right here is not the frame. It's not the hydraulic system. A lot of people think it is the hydraulic system, but it's not. And some people, they think it is a sensor. It's not a sensor. It's not. Because look, I close it halfway, and I move that bar. See, there is the problem right there. What is that bar is all the way forward. It should be all the way back. Should be like that. All the way back. Like that. And look right now. It was all the way forward. That's what it was causing the problem. And now I put it all the way back. And let's see it right now. It's closing. Let's see it. You see I put the bar, the center ball all the way back, and you see it's closing. That was the problem. So, but what is causing that thing? What is causing that ball move forward and it lock in a certain part? So we're gonna find out. I haven't done a lot of this kind of thing. That's what the first one was kind of hard for me to find out what was wrong. And you have to remove all those screws on that area. You have to remove it. Are 27. Some of them are 27, some of them are 25, and some of them are 15. So all depend on the year of the Ferrari. And I take off this bar. See, that rubber is still in there. Put everything in a safe place, because you have to put it back. Do not lose nothing, because it's you will end up paying money at your package if the customer noted that you put some screw or some part that doesn't belong to this kind of car, to this car. See, I'm removing that gasket, and behind that gasket are 3 screws. Those one are 15. You have to remove it right there, and you have to unglue that part. See, those 3 screws are tiny. You have to remove it. In RTS 15. You have to remove those 3 screws, because behind that, when you're removing those 3 screws, there is a molding, and behind that molding is the material that you have to now glue it. So that is the torch that I am using. Those one are the 3 tiny screws. So now you have to unglue this material. Make sure that you have to put it back. You have to put it back with glue, and there is a cable, and that cable is holding with a rivet. You have to remove that rivet too. But I am ungluing all this material. And I am using this tool. Right there, I have like a sheet board, so I can use this tool, and it's not going to damage the whole top. So that part of the convertible top is out of the metal. So now I'm going to move that forward, convertible forward, because I have to remove this part right here, and I have to remove that rivet. If you never done something like this, take photo, take a video, my friend. That way, when you are going to put it back, in case if you don't remember, it might help you. I'm going to drill that rivet, and I protect the top. I put a material right there, and there is the cable, and there is the rivet that I'm going to use, 1A, right there. Sometimes you have to use a 1A rivet, and sometimes you have to use thickness in that one. So I got that part. Now I'm going to after a certain time that you have the convertible top in a certain position, that convertible top will be manually. Like right now, I can move manually. I am removing that plastic. That plastic belongs to the headliner, and it's sewing to the headliner. I am removing this material, and this material belongs to the convertible top. So that is the ball that it was causing the problem. That is the problem. But why that ball is locking in a certain position? You know why? Because that elastic is not good no more. You have to replace that elastic. In order to make that convertible top work properly, you have to replace. So in order to replace, I need to remove this cable. That way I can have access to the rear part of that elastic. So I'm going to remove that molding right there, because that molding is on the way. So I got the molding out. The molding is with 2 screws. Now I'm going to remove one more cable. Remember, everything that I'm doing on this side, I have to do it on that driver's side. I don't show you the driver's side because it is the same thing. So I remove that tiny screw from there, and now I can move the top back, and you see, I need a room right there, and I do it manually, you see. So there is the elastic. You have to replace that elastic, my friend. That I'm going to use all the tool to replace that elastic. This is the elastic that I'm going to use. I buy this elastic in Joann. You know, Joann, they sell a lot of, it's like upholstery supply, something like that. They sell a lot of things. I buy that elastic in that store, and that elastic is strong. The easy thing and the best thing right here for the customer is to buy a new headliner. Believe me, it is easier to do it, to install. The process for the installation, it is easier, but the customer don't want to spend money. So I'm going to do this. First thing, I draw a mark right there. If I take this headliner out of the car, because it is all some plastic might end up breaking, you know, and I don't want that to happen. So it is easy to do it this way. I will cut I will cut them on there. I will cut them on the both side of that plastic molding. You can use a knife, this kind of utility knife, or you can use a power tool. You can do it with this. If you go with power tool, just be careful. Do not cut the stitch. Do not cut the headliner, because you will be in trouble. And I am using that tool. That tool is for metal. Most of the time I use for metal. When I cut a dashboard, when I cut like a some part of the door panel, that is the right tool to use. And I am cutting on there. You see, I already cut it, and I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. You have to be careful with this thing. Be careful. If you ruin it, my friend, if you cut the headliner, you will be in trouble. Believe me, you will be in trouble. So I got one side, and I'm going to do the same thing with the other side. Same thing. That elastic right there is sewing to the molding, and it is sewing to the headliner. That's what I am doing this way. If you cut that stitch right there, the headliner will be coming undone. That molding will come undone. And be careful. Be careful. So I am going to use this sandpaper. It's P240. It is good because I don't want there to be like rough in there, because I don't want that part to cut the elastic at the end. I want the elastic to stay there for a long time. So that's what I am doing this way. And you might ask, how he gonna do it? You might say, how he gonna do it? If the elastic is sewing to that molding, and it is sewing to the headliner, how he gonna hold the elastic in there? Well, you will see it right now. You see, I am using a double elastic. The reason number one why I am using double is because to make this part strong, to make that when I pull it, I need that part to be strong, and I need to last for a long time. So, but here is the trick. This part will be will lock that molding in place, and you will see it. So I just remove one part. So now it's only one. Okay, I'm going to put the elastic through that part of the headliner, and I'm going to make a handle right there. But this will be a nice handle, and you will see it. I just put a staple right there and put one more staple on the other side. Okay, with those two staples in place, I can sew that part. And I'm going to use a cord needle with a T270 thread to make this handle. And I want this to look similar, like if it is a sewing machine sew this elastic. That's what I want. I will try to make it on here. It takes time. I put the needle from outside to inside. I will draw right here. That way you can see. You can have like a better idea. I'm going to sew it on top of that yellow mark. So I put the needle from outside to inside. And I let one part of the thread outside, and here is the trick. So I have to put the needle back from inside to outside, and it has to go over that thread what is on top. See, I got one thread. I pull it over, I go over that thread, and I pull it. See? And same thing right there. And now start looking like if it is sewing by a sewing machine. And I almost done. I didn't show you the whole thing, the whole process, because I think you get that by this time you got in case if you don't know how to do it, by this time you get the idea how to do it, and that part is done. And I got that part. It is done. The convertible tab will be on top of that, and it won't show it. Won't see it. Nothing. Not even a bump in there. Nothing. So here's the trick to hold that bar in place. You want this. You want to create a tension on here. You want that part to be tight, but not too tight. Not too tight. See right there? You have some place in there, so that's what I want. I want to put this elastic on top of that bar. One go under and the other one go on top. I want to lock that bar in a certain place. Okay, that bar is locked now. See, and it is tight. I pull the top elastic. If it is too tight, loose a little bit. If it is too loose, tight a little bit. Now I do the bottom elastic. Have double now and strong elastic. That will work fine. I am pretty sure, and will last for a long time. That's what I want. It had 3 elastic. At the end I will cut one. So you see, keep the bar in place. When the convertible tab go forward, that bar should go forward. When the convertible tab, when I close the convertible tab, that bar should go back. That's the way it should be. That's the function of that elastic. So you see that all elastic is attached to the rear bar. So I need to remove those rivets because I hold them with rivet, and I need to put the new elastic with 2 rivets. So here is the thing that is very important to know. The bar have 11 inches from the center bar to the rear bar are 11 inches, and I'm going to cut the elastic. I stretch the elastic to be, let's see how many inches have all the way stretch have 13 inches. So when the elastic is stretched and can't stretch no more, has to be at 13 inches. The bar have 11, the elastic all the way stretched at 13. If I don't stretch the elastic, have 7 inches. 7 inches the elastic without stretching. So that's very important to know. It is so important to know. It's same thing when you're going to create wrinkle in an insert, in a seat insert. Something that we have to know. Because if you don't stretch enough, that elastic will be the same thing. Same problem. You're not going to resolve the problem. And you might ask, why? If I put a new elastic. Yes, you put a new elastic, but you didn't pull it enough. If you pull it too much, that would be create like a wrinkle on the headliner. You don't want that. You don't want a big wrinkle on the headliner either. So I just made those holes for that rivet. So that elastic without stretching, right now I folded it is 6 inches without stretching, 6 inches. So I'm going to stretch 5 more inches to be at 11. And I put double elastic. So now you see I got that elastic at 5 inches without stretching. I got the 2 rivets in there. Now I have to remove the old elastic. How do I remove it? It is easy. You can use a drill bit, one with a screw gun with the drill and 1/8 drill bits. But I'm going to use a chisel, and this is easier to do it. It's easy way to do it, except you have to be careful in case you've never done something like this. Spend some time, my friend, trying to figure out. You don't want to punch the headliner. You don't want to create a hole on the top. So just be careful. Be careful. I got the old elastic out with the 2 rivets. See, there are the 2 holes. So now I'm going to put a new elastic in there. Where I stretch it. And I use a rivet gun manually. And I do the same thing with the other elastic. So I got the part, I got the elastic on, but it is not done yet. So next I have to cut the other elastic, the old elastic. And I got the other front part of the old elastic. So now you're going to remove this white plastic from the center bar, because I just put them on there because I need to know how the side. And I'm going to put glue right here. I'm going to put glue on that strap, and I'm going to put glue on the bar, the metal. And I just put the chipboard behind, that way I don't spread over the headliner. So now I have to glue on the material like how it was. Go under the bar and glue it. And I got that part down. So now I'm just going to clean it. See, you can see the glue on top of that bar. I will clean it because I don't want to see glue on top. So I got that part. So now it is tight. I can see some tension in there. I'm going to put that cable. That cable have like a spring at the end. Now I'm going to put this molding back, and it's with 2 screws. So I got that part, and now I'm going to put the rivet in there to hold that part of the convertible top. You know, always, and when I am, most of the time when I'm working in an exotic car, expensive car, a lot of people from, even customer, a lot of people from outside, they come in and see it. Even they take photo of the car, and it's like that. I know, even me, when I saw like a classic car on the street, or it is parking in a grocery store in a place, and I see it, and I talk to the owner and about the car. I always, most of the time, same thing right here. People come and they take photo and they see how the car look inside, and because it is a Ferrari, I think. But a lot of time when I am working on an old car, nobody come. It is like that. So I put that rivet in there, guys. I forgot. I put that rivet in there. I'm holding the cable in there, and you can see it right there. There is the rivet, there is the cable. Now I have to put glue on this part and glue it back. I put a lot of glue in there, making sure, you know, the old top have some mark on there. The old mark. Just follow those marks. Don't pull it too much. Follow those marks, and everything will be fine. And I am putting glue, and you can see it. I'm try to hide you nothing, because if you never done something like this before and I hiding something, or you will be on you will be stuck maybe. So I glued that part back and everything is glued onto the metal. Now it is time to put this molding there exactly like how it was, with 3 screws. Same thing right there, same thing right there. And now you have to put the gasket back. That is easy to put them on. You know, there is I don't know, I am not sure if it is a crossfire. Yeah, crossfire. The crossfire, those kind of gasket are hard, are easy to take them out, but are so hard to put them on. It's how like a metal on the middle. And man, if you ruin it or you bend it, you will have you have to try to bend it back, and sometimes it is hard. It's a crossfire. But this, it is easier. That kind of gasket, it is easier. And I'm putting all those screws. So and basically this is done. That you saw me repairing that thing, and let's find out if this thing is gonna close by itself without me moving the center bar. Let's find out. I turn on the car. I always when I open when I have working a convertible top like this, I always check it, and I go a little by little, closing or open a little by little. See, it closed. It closed good. The problem wasn't there. Okay, the problem wasn't there. The problem is when you open all the way. That was the problem. When you open all the way, it was creating a problem. Let's see it. Let's see, I check behind. Nothing is behind. And it closed. Okay, see, the back part go immediately. So it is working fine. Those elastic fix the problem. A lot of people think when a stacked up part is a sensor, hydraulic system, the problem is on the frame, and it is not. Believe me, the problem is not there. The problem is on the headliner. That bar stay forward when it should be back. So I'm going to clean it. I blow it, and then I put on liquid. But it is done. It's working fine. That's the way it should be. And it's going to last for a long time because I put double elastic, and those elastic are good. Guys, I do a lot of convertible top, you know, all depend the season of the year. In summer I do a lot of convertible top, and in the winter I do a lot of convertible top too. And it is like that. It is like that. Sometimes maybe like 2 months before the summer I do a lot of both interior too, and all depend and the season of the year. And sometime a month before Christmas I do furniture, because it is for season furniture season. And you know, if you have a business, and you know how this is, you know how it is. And I just give you a basic idea how to repair 2006 Ferrari headliner. The right thing to do on that headliner is to buy a new headliner, but sometimes the customers don't want to put some money on there. I think I was thinking maybe because they want to sell the car and they want to repair before selling, but still costs a lot of money. And how much the customer is going to spend repairing the headliner? Not that much compared to the price of the car. So thank you so much for watching this video. I just give you a basic idea. Remember, are just idea how you can repair a headliner Ferrari 2006. Thank you. See you on the next video, guys. Ciao, ciao.